Hi, this is William Josky. I've been kind of been watching and listening to Alex Jones for probably around 2 to 3 years, and also heard others videos of him, and it's quite alarming that even though he claims to be Christian, but this guy is pretty Gnostic to me by the various statements that he says there. And I'm going to be playing a clip there of him on the Joe Rogan show. If you like that, there, claims God is omnipresent, all-knowing there, but God doesn't know where he came from, is pretty troublesome to me.
And they'll use this against me, but notice they don't touch it because it's their whole religion and they can't stand up talking about it. By the time I was like 3 years old, I would have this dream that God has. Because God knows everything. He's just super intelligent, omnipresent, unlimited dimensions, but God doesn't know where God came from. So just like we're trying to find out where...
Did you catch that? God doesn't know where he comes from there? On the years and 2,000 years of Christianity, this guy is into Gnosticism.
Where we came from, God is like a virtual reality simulation as well, and God is constantly
like virtual reality. This person is starting to mimic David Icke with this whole thing. Well, this isn't a reality, but this is like a matrix there, and this is more than illusion, which it reeks of Buddhism, some hints of Hinduism, and along with the various lines with the Eastern religions there in China and India and Tibet.
You're running every program, every operation, turning evil loose, good loose, everything. So I would have these dreams, but the earliest memories, like 2-3 years old, where I would fly out to the edge of infinity, and it was a continual message. Find out where we came from, find out what it is, and it would just be this big, giant, spinning black vortex, like a black hole. And then I would have to go into that, trying to figure out what was going on, and it was the same thing. And so it's this incredible frustration. So then growing up and dealing with things and questioning politics and questioning all these other areas, and then having dreams that come true exactly, and knowing what's going to happen before it happens, and then questioning it, and then it never being wrong, weird, upright, crazy stuff, man, like just so much stuff where it becomes you can't even deal with it. You dial it out, and then you just reach that point where you don't even know what's real anymore because it's so crazy. But then you see the mathematics of the whole system, and you know how it works. It's not like you're some schizophrenic. You talk about it, you deal with it, and it actually works. Now when you fight the system, you automatically know what to do. When you talk about something the president word for word repeats, Trump, that's what freaks him out. Word for word, whole speeches, whole things. And I'm on a power trip. That's what they flipped out about at the CIA and everywhere else. And they're like, well, Jones is connected to Trump, and I think Trump's an idiot savant.
What does that have to do with this speech? Explain that. Trump's speech? I'm trying to follow you.
I don't even know.
That's the thing. It's hard to follow you.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull to kind of another video where I think it's gonna be about explaining where he explains the nature of consciousness. There's a second video of them from the Joe Rogan show.
Hundreds of billions of galaxies photographed, universes. We live in an amazing space-time continuum. And we're on this planet, and Einstein's physics showed it, Max Planck's physics showed it, there's at least 12 dimensions. And now that's all the top scientists and billionaires are coming out saying it's a false hologram. It is artificial. The computers are scanning it and finding tension points where it's artificially projected and gravity's bleeding in to this universe. That's what they call dark matter. So we're like a thought or a dream that's a wisp in some computer program, some God's mind, whatever. They're proving it all. It's all coming out. So we're on this planet, the third dimension, which is a launch pad to all the other dimensions below and above. The third dimension, all the mathematics shows, is the primal sea of where all this happens. The Earth's like an egg, and we've got all this potentiality. Now, there's like this sub-transmission zone below the third dimension that's just turned over to the most horrible things, is what it resonates to. And it's trying to get up into the third dimension that's just a basic level consciousness to launch into the next levels. And our species is already way up at the fifth, sixth dimension, consciously, our best people. But there's this big war trying to, like, basically destroy humanity because humanity has free will, and there's a decision to which level we want to go to. We have free will, so evil's allowed to come and contend, and not just good. It's people who are psychically, genetically available to interface in this incredibly diverse universe with all these dimensions above and below and all around us with consciousnesses. And the truth is, no energy is ever destroyed. It all continues on. The truth is, our bodies, this is a fact, are a communal hive organism of all of our ancestors and all of their race memories, but not in just some compressed epigenetic system. It's beyond that. It's an electrochemical antenna, they've proven this, that connects to higher and lower dimensions. So our bodysuit, because our predecessors wouldn't put us in a position without giving us a bodysuit that is them. Our families are loving us. They're holding us. They're wrapped all around us. Their strength, their will, their bad, their good, their sins, the good things they did, the battles they won, the battles they lost, the woman they loved, the man they loved. It's all in us. All these people, it's why we're able to look into so many things and have so many different experiences. The elite are all about transcendence and living forever and the secrets of the universe, and they want to know all this. Some are good, some are bad, some are a mix. And so all the shaman, all the ancient religions, everybody says there are the good ones and there are the bad ones. But the good ones don't ever want to organize. The bad ones didn't want to organize because they lust after power. And people are interfacing. So you say, where does it begin? From the Tibetans to the Mesoamericans to the Egyptians to the Druids to every ancient society describes the same thing. There are bad things that look like elves that have horns when they show you who they really are. And there are good things, but they don't contact you unless you contact them. And then they're almost not even concerned with what you're doing. Powerful consciousnesses don't want to dominate other people.
Yeah, again, this guy is another David Icke. The thing is, it's like if you read your own Bible, there, in like the book of Galatians, which I'll probably discuss further in the videos, where it instructs us not to do all this divination with the tarot cards, the Ouija boards, the automatic writing, and contacting the spirit world. The only person that you should be contacting is Yeshua, the Messiah, which is the Son of God. And you shouldn't be messing with any type of divination of tarot cards or any of the dark arts that all these shamans and these Eastern mystics are practicing. And they're roping in with a lot of sheep by their very lies and deception about the Word of God. And they're twisting the scripture to benefit them. But like this is like William Trotsky, just reminding you, shake the money tree like a shit is being far wider. And don't forget to hit the like button and hit the thumbs button up button there on my videos there if you like my videos there. Yeah, it's like you need to hang on to your seats there. Because for those you that regularly listening to the Alex Jones everyday and daily to get updates on what's going on in the world, you really need to dive down deep on who this person really is. Which
I don't mean I'm God, I'm already God, I've achieved godhood. Because you can see that potential in yourself. The consciousness of the universe is an interdimensional spacecraft beyond. And we are it. We are God. And I don't mean I'm God, I'm already God, I've achieved godhood. Because you can see that potential in yourself. The consciousness of the universe is an interdimensional spacecraft beyond that. That looks like a comet from my research. And
so, in other words, he's claiming to be God. This is the exact same thing David Icke done during the mid-90s, appearing on television, claiming he was the son of God. So, the thing is, like the Bible tells us that there'll be false Christs and false teachers, and people that claim to be of God that are not of God. Are all set to deceive people. So the thing is, with the Bible verses that are referring that on Matthew chapter 24, where many will come to my name saying, I'm in Christ, and will mislead many. And that is and also at Luke chapter 21, verse 8. And he said, see that you are not misled, for many will come in my name saying, I am he, and from time is near, and do not go after them. And then that's says that in Mark chapter 13, verse 21. And then, if anyone says to you, behold, here is Christ, or behold, he is there, do not believe him. It says that in the Bible, so it is important to know the scriptures and know the type of people you're dealing with and listening with these people that are false Christs, and I'll be going on with a further video on
it has its head, it has its corona.
That's consciousness?
Consciousness. It carries evil in the tail end.
So consciousness has a location?
No, there is this giant consciousness that's God.
Okay.
Swimming in a giant system of survival of the fittest that God has created to test God's self. Okay. And it looks like a comet. So you got God's consciousness.
Looks like a comet? That kind of resembles a little Eastern mysticism or something about Hinduism and Buddhism, the type of things that they believe.
And all the good things, the knowledge going forward, but God knows that everybody has to be tested. So the tail goes out. And at the end of the tail is basically evil. That's why Christ says, get behind me, Satan. And it's always trying to test God and infiltrate up into it to sabotage him. What does that mean? We don't have God's knowledge. We don't have God's advancement. We're the image. Well, what is an image? It's a scan. It's numbers. It's the genetics. It's the potential. So we are the aliens, Joe, and everybody already knows this.
Do you think that we are a product of
Oh, we are the aliens there? Same Gnostic propaganda there.
alien intervention? They took these lower hominids and they accelerated their evolution by applying their genetics.
Because God knows everything. It's just super intelligent, omnipresent, unlimited dimensions, but God doesn't know where God came from.
Yeah, again, God doesn't know where he come from there. This absolutely reeks. This reeks of Gnosticism there, and I recommend not be buying products or something there because you're funding this. You're funding Eastern mysticism there. You're funding people that are wanna inform you there with this New World Order and globalism there, and just get you indoctrinated in something that's not of God. And this is the William Trotsky, remind you to shake the money tree. Share this video far and wide, and don't forget to shake the money tree and share this video far and wide. And don't forget to subscribe there. If you're looking for ways to earn money from home, check me out on my websites, dumbexpert.com, Private Wealth Focus, or the link is in the description there, as well as my other social media there, Rumble, Gab, Schmooze, and Odyssey. And I might be joining Brady on pretty soon, within next week there. There can be no doubt about it there that Alex Jones is compromised. David Icke is compromised. And all the other followers in the Q movement there, and the Christian right there, or the alternative media there, such as Michael Jekyll, is also compromised, and also alleging that they're heavily into Gnosticism. The thing with the Gnosticism, they're a term comes with gnosis, or having knowledge. It is like a collection of religious ideas and systems that coalesced in the late first century along Jewish and early Christian sects. And these various groups emphasize personal spiritual knowledge, meaning gnosis, above proto-orthodox teachings, traditions, and authority of the religious institutions. Gnostic, commonly presents as a distinction between a supreme, hidden, and a malevolent lesser deity or divinity, some cited associated with Yahweh of the Old Testament, or who was responsible for creating the material universe. Consequently, Gnostics considered material existence flawed or eminently evil itself, and held the principal element of salvation to be direct knowledge of the hidden divinity attained via mystical or esoteric insight. But many Gnostics writings flourished among the certain Christian groups in the Mediterranean world around the 2nd century. Of course, when the fathers of the early church denounced them and heresy, and efforts to destroy these texts proved largely successful, resulting in the survival of the very few writings by Gnostic theologians. Nothing less like the early Gnostic teachers, such as Valentinus, saw their beliefs as aligned with Christianity, and like in Gnostic Christian tradition, like Christ is seen as like a divine being which has taken human form in order to lead humanity back to recognition of its own divine nature. However, like Gnosticism is like not really a single standardized system, and the emphasis on direct existence allows for a wide variety of teachings, including distinct currents such as Valentinism, Thessalianism, and like of course in the Persian Empire. Gnostic ideas spread as far as China. Oops, I mean, I was going to mention the country that shall not be named. I made an oopsie. But, like, via, like, a related movement there known as, like, Manichaeism, like, which was, like a form of major religion, was founded in the 3rd century AD. And like a while that was thriving, only is like the only surviving Gnostic religion from antiquity is found in Iraq and Iran and diasporic communities. Of course, Jeroen Buckley posts that the early Hammadians may have been among the first to formulate what would go on to become Gnosticism with the early Jesuit movement. I think it's like pretty much like kind of infiltrated Jewish Christian origins. And of course, there's like Neoplatonic influences as well, like, and as well, so it's like Buddhist parallels. Of course, like in 1966, the Congress of Median, like Edward Kant noted that this phenomenological commonalities between like that type of Buddhism and Gnosticism in his paper Buddhism and Gnosis. Of course, like following an earlier suggestion put forward by Isaac Jacob Smith, which is also pretty alarming and interesting as well. Of course, like there's like pretty much like mentioned like also like Archon. Of course, in late and coincidentally, some variants of Gnosticism use the term Archon to refer to several servants of Dumalage, of course, but according to Origin of Alexander's findings, which is like the sect called Philiads, also called Opians, posted the existence of 7 archons, beginning with Labbanadad, or this other person who recreated to the other 6 to follow. But there's like pretty much others like concept, but it's other people like viewed Jesus as identified by some agnostics as the embodiment of the Supreme Being who became to bring gnosis to earth, while others animately denied that the Supreme Being came in the flesh as well, of course claiming to be Jesus a merely human who attained enlightenment through gnosis and taught his disciples the same. Others believe Jesus was beyond, or was others believed that Jesus was divine, although he did not have a physical body. Reflected that in that later Duckness movement there among the Hammadians, Jesus was considered a false Messiah who perverted the teachings entrusted to him by John the Baptist. And that sounds like pretty interesting as well. But it's like with Gnosis and the New Apostolic Reformation, and some like allege that it could be the end time religion that be taking over the world, which you don't want to be falling in that type of mentality, as like this whole thing goes all the way back to Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz. The thing with like Nimrod, of course, according to the Bible, Nimrod was a son of Cush, grandson of Ham, and the great grandson of Noah. Of course, like names of Nimrod and Cush have pretty much dual meanings. And like a legend of Nimrod is found in most of the early versions of the history of Freemasonry, where he is said to have been one of the fraternity's founders. Of course, like Nimrod was a son of Cush, and Cush, or Kush, or then that is derived from chaos. And the model of the 33rd degree is which order out of chaos, which is Latin for, or it's like ordo ab chaos, which is Latin for order out of chaos. Now, the origins can be attributed to the Supreme Council of the ancient or accepted Scottish Rite, which was formed in February 1802. Of course, like as like Dan Brown stated in his book, The Lost Symbol, and a spaceboard image of a double-hearted phoenix holding a banner proclaiming Order ab Chaos, and its chest was emblazoned with the number 33. The double-headed phoenix with the number 33 is an emblem of the highest Masonic degree. Essentially, the 33 degree is an elite honor reserved just for a small group of highly accomplished Masons. And the thing is, like, you understand, Nimrod was the grand architect of Babylon. Of course, he built the city of Nimrod, and also like more like the Tower of Babel. Of course, like, if you see, like, we've seen, like, Genesis. Like, Genesis 11, chapter 11, verse 30. Let us go down, and there, where God said, like, let us confuse the language, so that they may not understand one another's speech. Of course, like, the great Masonic author, Albert Gallatin Mackey, like, expand on this allegory story that how Nimrod is one of the founders of Masonry. Like in this book, Legend of the Craft in the Old Constitution, where refers Nimrod as the founders of Masonry. Thus, in the York manuscript, you read that like making the tour of the Babel, there was a Mason, first much esteemed of, and the king of Babylon was called Nimrod, was the Mason himself, and loved the Masons. There's like other there, and there's other secret teachings there. The thing is like prevalent there, which there was like if you read about that, it's like pretty much evident there, like, which if you read the story in the Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz, where like when he's killed, and like a lot of people like revere the Washington Monument, this obelisks all around the world that's found in pretty much in the Vatican and Cleopatra Cathedral there. Little to know that like they're like it's a person's private part, or that could be representing Nimrod's private part. When the story of Nimrod was killed at one time and was like pretty chopped up in various 13 or like various pieces and thrown in this river, and Semiramis like ended up finding the remaining body parts, except for the certain part of his body was missing. Of course, like the story, like she fabricating this other mechanism and installed it on his body, which where she got impregnated there, to which to conceive her child Tammuz. So the story goes. So this is like something you should be aware of, that Alex Jones is compromised, as well as I not want to be making a outright blatant statement that our movement there is the end time movement there, or could be the New World Order religion, because like as I was mentioning when watching Dr. Jack Yampi mention is like a book like Chrislam could be the end time. It's like a one world religion, which it could just be some kind of like all the pieces put together, but not all the pieces put together on what this could all be mean. But it's all looking backwards. It's going to be going all the way back to the times of Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz, which it was like all about occult, Freemasonry, and this demonic fabrication, which is not of God. This is like a Drosky, reminding you to check the money tree, share this video far and wide, and don't forget to subscribe.